that our flag was still there.
Okay guys, so we are out here for the Tour de Big Bear 2022. It's up in Big Bear, and me and Jack are doing the 100 mile this year. Last year we did the 70 mile, and this one's got 8,000 feet of elevation, and it's up at altitude, so it's kind of harder. It's a little harder to breathe and recover.
Alrighty guys, so it's a neutral start for like the first few miles, and then it's racing time. So a lot of hitters came out. We've got guys like Phil Guyman, Jason Paez from Legion, John Janik from Ride Bikes, and a whole ton of others. So it was a super strong field. And immediately as we're coming in a little past out of the neutral zone, Phil Guyman goes to the front and starts drilling it. And then we hit a right turn into the first climb, and all the hitters just go to the front, and they like wanted to make that gap pretty early, and so they go off the front, and then I'm sitting in like the second group. And so my goal for the day was to try and hang with the front group up until Onyx, but that didn't really work out. And so I'm in the second group now, and I hung in with them for a while. And so Eli, where are you right now?
So at this point, I am in the group behind you, Jack. That is the third group. And it's like everybody is going up the climb at pretty much their own pace, but they're still all going very hard. And then once we're done with that climb, we descend, and then we do a turnaround. And that is where the first aid station is. It's just a bathroom break. But I see you climbing back up when I'm about to turn around.
Yeah, you can see me right there. And so there were a lot of aid stations throughout the day, but I only ended up stopping at like 2, maybe 3. No, it was only 2 of them. And so I was trying to go and do the best time that I could. And so I had 3 bottles at the start and a ton of food and gels, and I had flow in my bottles. And so I was extremely ready to just go out and ride as hard as I could. My goal was to just do the fastest century possible, and yeah, let's see how I did that.
Okay guys, so we're mile 35 and we just hit a rest stop, but most of us blew by. I found a group, there's about like 30 of us, and we are in the third group of the whole field. And so there's like Phil Guyman in the first one, pushing the pace, and then Jack's in the second group, and I'm in the third group. So we're just rolling like 25, average of 22. We're doing good. If we can hold this, then we'll do a under 5-hour ride. That'll be great. So let's keep rolling. Yeah, and so my goal was just pretty much go hard and have people pretty much pull me. So that goal I completed very well.
Yeah, so after the first few climbs and descents, we're going on the backside of the lake right here, and I'm in the second group still, and we've got like maybe 30 or more of us, and we're just like rotating poles in a good little pace line, and we are probably going similar speed to the front group. They just had a big gap on us from the climb, and so Phil Guyman and a few other people ended up stopping at one of the rest stations before Onyx, and so we ended up passing them. And then once we hit Onyx, they just start drilling it, and everyone's trying to hop on their wheel to hang with them. And I just drop off because I know I can't do that kind of power up Onyx, or else I'm gonna bonk so hard. And so right here I'm with Benjamin Jr. and a friend of ours from Velosport, and so we're just going our own pace up the climb. And then once we hit the top, I just hop off my bike, go to the restroom real quick, and then we hop back on and we start the big descent down the backside of Onyx. And so we are going like 40 plus for over 10 minutes, which was just so much fun. Austin Carroll ended up passing me, and I sprinted onto his wheel, but Benjamin couldn't hang with us, and so he fell off on the descent. But Austin Carroll's just going super hard on the descent. We're holding a great speed, still recovering. And as we're going down, I just am like, this is going to be the worst climb back up because it was such a long descent. But Eli, how was the first climb up Onyx for you?
It was pretty good. And right before Onyx, that aid station before Onyx, in the third group, we had like 30 guys. And I convinced them all to just roll past that aid station, just like go straight up Onyx. And we had all the dudes go straight up Onyx, and man, the group just like obliterated. It was gone. And like we all did our own pace. And then once we got up to the top of Onyx, I passed that aid station. I passed that aid station. And then I descended this one dude, and then we caught Blake from Velosport, and the three of us descended. We were like going, I think we hit like 50 once, but that's how, like, the descent was very fun, but it hurt your arms after. And then once we got to the bottom, we hit that aid station. That's the first aid station I actually stopped at. Just did that little loop, and now we're starting the backside of Onyx. It's like 8 miles, maybe like 4%, but it's gonna be a brutal one. We'll see how we go, see how it goes, but we're gonna keep working.
Yeah, so going up Onyx the first time, I from last year PR'd by like over 6 minutes, so I was really happy with that. And then going up the backside, we were in a group of 5, and I was doing my best to hang, but then I just couldn't. I bonked, and so it was like halfway up the climb, and so I just did my own pace up the rest of the climb, and yeah, I just started feeling horrible. Just hit 8,000 feet. Second time up Onyx. I'm dying. Trying to hold a group of like 5 guys, but just couldn't. The second time up Onyx is the worst. Got like 1.7 miles left, over 500 feet left. It's killing me. We're trying to finish strong.
We have conquered the backside of Onyx. Everybody's hyped right now. Yeah. Man, going 20 miles an hour feels so good. This is the best feeling I've ever had on a bike. Man, I hate that climb. I hate that stupid climb.
Then we start descending right here down the front side of Onyx, trying to get to the finish just as fast as possible at this point. And I look back and I see these 2 riders, and they're bombing, coming straight for me. And then they pass me, and it's Blake Becker and Jonas Woodruff, and they're just bombing, and I sprint onto their wheel, and they're just having a fun time going super fast on the descent, and they pull the whole thing, which was so awesome because I would not have gone that fast on my own. And then we're going in like the last 10 to 20 miles into the finish, and they're just like chilling, having a good time. And for me, it was like way harder than the pace I would have set by myself, which was super awesome because I would have gone so much slower into the finish.
Yeah, so when you were pretty much descending Onyx, I was on my way up the backside of Onyx. And going up at the start, my hammerheads just like, it popped up with the whole climb. It said like 8.2 miles to the top with an average of like 5%. And I was like, oh no, this is going to take a while. So I'm like, then I make it halfway up the climb, and there's this aid station just halfway up. And I sit down for like maybe 5 minutes, get some water and some pickle juice or whatever. And then I roll up to the top, and then I descend with this one dude, a different dude this time. And we are just like full sending. We are like both just going as fast as we can. He's like top tubing or whatever. And then once we hit the bottom, I'm pretty much like on my own. And like he pulled off, and now I'm just rolling by myself, just seeing how fast I can get to the finish.
So I ended up making it into the finish line at 5 hours, 15 minutes, and 26 seconds, which I was super proud about. I averaged like 18.8 or something with 8,000 feet of elevation at altitude. So it was one of my best centuries that I've ever done. And yeah, it was just a super fun day overall. The climbs felt okay except for the backside up Onyx. The descents were super fun. And yeah, just a lot of great riders throughout the day. Kyle Kilmartin from Team 6 was just super encouraging throughout the day. And so was Austin Carroll. Those two guys especially just helped motivate me to keep powering throughout the day. And so it was a great century overall. Eli, what were your thoughts on it?
It was very a lot of fun, even though it was very tough coming back on the backside of Onyx. And I rolled in maybe like, was it like 5:45 for my time, something like that, or 5:50, and I got like 99th, which I was pretty stoked on. I wasn't trying to go very hard, like
squeaked in the top 100. I ended up with 39th place, which I was pretty stoked about. Yeah, it was just a great day overall.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and a lot of suffering.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always,
you know it.
Bros ride bikes.